What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we're going to draw you some old school stuff. We're talking about the classified documents in case you didn't see the thumbnail, which how the hell did you not see that thumbnail, by the way? Like, I'm sure you saw the thumbnail, right? You clicked on the video. I'm not sure what's going on over there, but you need to get with the program over here and smash that like button for me if you don't mind. I would appreciate that. Subscribe to this channel if you could. Let's go ahead and dip off into this right quick because I've got a clip for you guys, and this is just insanity, if you ask me, in my opinion. Check this out, y'all. Ray defends Mar-a-Lago search. Part of the FBI's job is to safeguard classified information. Is that so? For some reason, there's this little act that they call the Presidential Records Act, where, as a matter of fact, every single other president in American history, or at least recent history, has been able to take home sets of classified documents just outright, right? If they want to declassify some documents, they are the only people that have the ability to do this. Now, Director Ray, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with this guy, but let's get into this. This really kind of push some of my buttons, if you will. Check this out, y'all. Outgoing, you gotta love that, right? Outgoing FBI Director Christopher Wray said Sunday the Bureau had a duty to retrieve the documents stored in President-elect Trump's Florida home when it conducted a search of the premises in 2022, adding that he has never discussed the investigation with President Biden. Yeah, he did add that, but I'm gonna put this out there right quick. Okay, so right, I understand that the FBI, the director of the FBI, isn't going to discuss every single raid that the FBI conducts, right? You would think that's natural, right? Of course, they do have interactions. Now, when you have a situation where a president takes records home, takes his presidential records home, and then the government wants those back for some reason, right? This is the whole impetus because he's got national secrets, right? That's going to be important here in a little bit. You'll see. But he's got national secrets, so we've got to go retrieve those national secrets. So you would figure, okay, so now the FBI is about to raid not only a former president's home, right? So this is already unprecedented, but you're going to retrieve national secrets, right? Classified documents in a very high profile case, an unprecedented, very high profile case. Do we really believe that this was never discussed with Joe Biden? They can say that, but you got a very high profile case and an unprecedented case all wrapped up into one. Do we really believe this? I don't believe it. I don't know about you guys out there, but I see an ulterior motive here. But, that's just me. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but I think he's lying. I can spot a liar from a mile away, and I saw this. This is just pegging me right in the forehead, if you will. Yeah, that didn't sound right, did it? During an interview on CBS's 60 Minutes, Ray said the Bureau followed policy in giving Trump multiple opportunities to return the documents before sending its agents into his Florida home.
And not letting preferences, partisan or otherwise, drive or taint the approach.
And were those the rules followed in starting the investigations against the president-elect?
We tried very hard to make sure that we've stayed faithful to those principles and those rules in every investigation that I can think of that's been occurring on my watch.
Trump is also livid about the FBI search in 2022 for classified files at his home. A Trump lawyer certified that all classified papers had been returned to the government, but the FBI said later it found 72 documents marked top secret or secret, at least one about U.S. military strength.
Okay, I'm sorry, I had to pause that right quick. Did you notice anything about that? Just find that something about that strange. Notice the corporate press, they're still running with that fake photo. Yeah, that's the photo that was leaked. Yeah, the FBI threw those placeholders, those cover sheets or whatever, in front of some probably not even real documents, right? Like the utter ridiculousness of this idea that that photo that was staged, and when we found out it was staged, that they're still using it, that's ridiculous. Another blatant manipulation here. But on top of that, did you guys, and I don't know if I ever mentioned this on any of my other classified documents videos in the past, but how stupid is that of these people to think that the FBI is going to snap a photo of classified documents, then leak that to the corporate press? Like, did anybody ever think about that? Like, we could pick up on national secrets because of that. How ridiculous is this? But let's keep going.
I want to be careful not to discuss too many of the specifics of an investigation, but what I can tell you is that part of the FBI's job is to safeguard classified information. And when we learn that information, classified material, is not being properly stored, we have a duty to act. And I can tell you that in investigations like this one, a search warrant is not, and here was not, anybody's first choice. We always invariably try to pursue the least intrusive means. First, trying to get the information back voluntarily, then with a subpoena. And only if, after all that, we learn that the agents haven't been given all of the classified material, and in fact, those efforts have been frustrated, even obstructed, then our agents are left with no choice but to go to a federal judge, make a probable cause showing, and get a search warrant. And that's what happened here.
What influence did the Biden White House have on any of these Trump investigations?
I haven't had any interaction with the Biden White House about investigations into the former president.
Anybody at the FBI?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay, so a couple of things with that, right? First, we don't believe you that you didn't discuss this with Joe Biden. We don't believe you that you didn't do this at the behest of Joe Biden. And we don't believe none of this garbage whatsoever. Getting that out of the way, did you guys happen to notice any inconsistencies in there? Yeah, there was a blatant inconsistency, if you will, because hang on, I thought that there was some sort of argument over these documents, over whether Donald Trump could have these documents or not. Did you happen to notice that he said, well, when we learn that these documents are not being stored properly, we've got to jump into action and we've got to go retrieve these documents? So which was it here? Was it he wasn't supposed to have those documents, or was it that he wasn't storing these documents properly, in the proper fashion, right? Is Secret Service not good enough for you guys? Because they had Secret Service protection. Definitely had Secret Service protection. Lots of Secret Service, as a matter of fact. So which one is it? These people are insane. This makes me livid, and I'm not even sure why. I don't know if it's just the corporate press trying to manipulate everything, on top of the FBI director lying to everybody and then giving out these bogus excuses. Oh, well, he wasn't storing the documents properly, so we had to go raid his home. Well, hang on. I thought he wasn't even supposed to have these. Oh, there was documents about military strength. What? That makes absolutely no sense. But let's keep going. Wray is set to step down from his post at the end of Biden's term, with Trump nominating loyalist Kash Patel to serve in the role, a sign the president-elect planned to fire Wray. While Trump has blasted the search as an unnecessary raid, he has asked multiple times to return the documents in his home. Yes, there's an argument over whether he should have these documents or not. That is something for a court to work out. You go to court with NARA, and then you figure out, blah, 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 who gets the documents, right? Like, this is presidential records stuff. If he wants to take these documents home, he most certainly has the right to take these documents home. Now, I do understand that, yes, you might not want to have a former president keeping certain documents. That's where the courts come in. You go to court with these documents. Like, where's the freaking problem here? I don't get the problem, because he told you, he gave you all or somebody in his orbit said that, oh, we returned those documents. I mean, where's the blood clot? Like, So what? Take it to freaking court. You don't go raid the guy's house. It's just absurd. Both the National Archives and the Justice Department contacted Trump about returning the records in his home. The Justice Department later subpoenaed Trump for the records and asked for a signed certification that all the records had been returned. But a later indictment spelled out how Trump had the boxes of documents moved to conceal them from his attorney and investigators. Yeah, this still remains to be seen, right? They can't prove this. Cannot prove this whatsoever, simply due to the fact that when they went and raided his home, they brought placeholders. They brought those cover sheets and then took a photo of those cover sheets and then leaked that to the freaking corporate press like a bunch of boneheads, right? Like that's not only stupid to do in the first place. Like, okay, you're going to take a picture of supposedly national secrets, right? Military strength secrets over here, and then leak that photo to the corporate press intentionally, right? Like they leaked the raid to the corporate press because there was cameras there. Like, huh? How does that work? I wonder. These people are insane, y'all. When the FBI searched Trump's home, they recovered more than 300 documents with classified markings, and Trump was later charged with violating the Espionage Act as well as obstruction of justice, right? I had an argument the other day with somebody. I said, yes, initially, they charged him with espionage. They had charges under the Espionage Act, and they was like, no, he did. No, he didn't. Like, come on, dude, shut up. Just shut your mouth. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about over here. They did. They dropped those charges, as a matter of fact, because the judge saw that this was insane. Are you freaking kidding me? The former president espionage, really? Are you? These people are just nuts, y'all, and they want us to forget about this, right? The corporate press wants to manipulate you into thinking, oh, Donald Trump's stealing nuclear secrets. Those charges were dismissed without prejudice, however, after Trump's electoral victory. What? No, I'm sorry, the espionage was dropped well before this. A Florida judge is also blocking the Justice Department from releasing a report from Special Counsel Jack Smith, who has also resigned into the Mar-a-Lago documents case. Ray said Biden had no influence along the way. Yeah, freaking right. We don't believe you on that. But this whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to cooperate with you guys either. If I was the president of the United States and I want to take some freaking documents home, considering the fact that the president of the United States is the only person with power to declassify classified information, he takes that home. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can go and get out of here with your FBI. I don't care. He's the president, the former president at the time. Plus, we also learned, in case you guys forgot, I just remembered about this, but hey, hang on, FBI. You guys had both pallets of those documents, pretty much 100%. It was like 99.8% of all of those documents, because he did have a couple of boxes that he took with him when he left, right? But 2 pallets of documents was stored in a NERA facility for 6 months before it was authorized to be shipped to Mar-a-Lago. So this sounds like a really, really fishy setup, if you ask me. You're going to let him leave with the documents, hold on to them for 6 months. Like, once again, I know this is kind of, delves into conspiracy theory, but it's a valid question. Like, did you guys plant some of these supposed military strength secrets into those boxes while it were being held at the NERA facility? I mean, come on. What are you guys trying to pull over on us here? I just don't get these people. They think we're not going to put all the puzzle pieces together and figure this stuff out. They think we're stupid, but we're not. We can see patterns, and we see a lot of patterns with the FBI lying to the American people on a constant basis, just consistently. It's like a damn train or something. Always on time, always there. You know it's coming. You know the FBI is going to lie to you about stuff. So it's like, You just don't care anymore? You're just going to put out these blatant lies, these blatant falsehoods, manipulations, and expect us to buy it and not say a damn thing about it? I hope Trump comes in and he sets up special counsels to investigate all of this garbage. Not just this, all of it. Right? We want all the information. We want everything. We want to figure out exactly what was going on. We want the communiques between Director Wray and Joe Biden, Director Wray's office and Joe Biden's office. We want any communique whatsoever you had. We want all of that. We want everything. We want to see exactly who came into contact with those 2 pallets of documents while they were being held at a NARA facility for 6 months before they were shipped to Mar-a-Lago. We want the names and addresses and social security numbers of everybody involved with that fake photo that was leaked to the corporate press. And we want to make sure those people get fired. We want accountability for this nonsense, because that's exactly what it is. It's blatant nonsense, right? This is an entire setup that blows my freaking mind. And nobody ever talks about the Joe Biden classified documents, right? They always say, oh, well, at least Joe Biden returned his classified documents. He wasn't supposed to have them in the first place. He was never president when he stole those classified documents. He stole classified documents. Donald Trump took presidential records home. That's the difference here. Yeah, so that's a vast difference. There's an act called the Presidential Records Act, which I've mentioned before, which allows presidents to bring home documents after they're gone through NARA, somebody at NARA, to make sure they're not getting any nuclear secrets or blah, 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 blah. That's authorized, which is exactly what happened here. That's why those pallets of documents were held at a NARA facility for 6 months. But nobody ever discusses that Joe Biden took classified documents home and kept them in his freaking garage, kept them in his office that he never went to, his Penn Biden office at whatever university that was, I forget. Had documents all over the place. And hang on, at the time, he wasn't president when he took those documents home. He didn't have the authority to declassify none of this. It's BS. It's bogus, right? So kind of makes you wonder. When we found those Biden documents, he was president of the United States. He most certainly had the power to declassify all of that stuff. He could have kept that just hush-hush. He could have said, I want to declassify all of that stuff. And then we would have never had a Biden classified documents case outright, because none of that would be classified. But why did he do that? Why did Joe Biden just suddenly decide that he's going to give up 40-something years of hoarding classified documents? All just conveniently right after Trump's Mar-a-Lago home is raided by the FBI. It's absurd. It is all absurd. He did that just to make Trump look bad. That's what I believe. That whole Biden classified document garbage was just to make Donald Trump look bad. Oh, I gave up my classified documents. You didn't have to, though. They could have easily kept that under wraps. Easily. It's insane, y'all. But this is what we get from the federal government. This is what we get from Democrats. We get stuff like this from Republicans, too. I always try to say, Republicans aren't angels. That's for damn sure. There's a lot of Republicans I don't like. But when it comes to stuff about Donald Trump, right, let's criticize Donald Trump honestly. Let's not give all these bogus garbage criticisms where it's obvious that you're just going after him for the sake of going after him because you don't like the guy, because you can't control him. That's the entire deal with this. They can't control Donald Trump. So what do? Like they do to Tommy Robinson in the UK, they try to silence Donald Trump. But that's a big problem. Donald Trump is not a weak person. He's a very powerful person. The American public has been a witness to all of this, if you will. But I think I've rambled on for long enough on this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Blows my freaking mind that Director Wray is going to come out and say, "Oh, well, it was justified. We gave him several chances to turn over those documents." Well, why the hell would he in the first place? We never spoke to Joe Biden about this. Garbage. Outright garbage. But y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.